Um, so, a little like way back, I actually used to be a professional soccer player. And I played D1 soccer. I played nationally throughout the country. I also played abroad. I really kicked butt on the soccer field, but when it came to being off the soccer field, that was really challenging for me. I was asked to do radio interviews and TV interviews, and that really was just horrifying. When I stopped playing, I coached. I had a couple of girls teams, and if you can imagine coaching 18 to 20 teenage sassy girls, when you're terrified of speaking, that's really challenging, and it wasn't really the best experience for me, and it probably wasn't the best experience for the girls. So I stopped coaching probably about 5 years ago, and about 4 months ago, I was really talked and persuaded to kind of come back to coaching. And I wasn't really apprehensive about this because I didn't have the best experience before. But I thought, I'm just going to help out. I might just come out once a week. And now that I'm out there, I really have to say that my experience is completely different. I mean, I really enjoy being out there. I enjoy engaging with the girls. I could, give direction. I could talk about technique. And I'm not just rushed to say, okay, do this and then get out there. So it's been
her nest for the evening, and she'll just go around in circles doing this about like 10 to 15 times until she curls up in a ball and goes to sleep. The question is, what amusing qualities, characteristics, or stories can you share about a pet in your life? Ellen.
Hi, my name is Ellen. I have 2 dogs. One is called Butter, and the other is called Charlie. Charlie is a little Maltese and Shih Tzu mix, and he's just adorable. He looks like a little teddy bear. People are just like, oh my God, what kind of dog is that? He's so cute. So he's cute. So he knows he's cute. So he's a little bit stuck up with people, and he always really outsmart both of us, me and my husband. And one day, he hates sweaters. He hates any kind of thing on him. But I love putting on this little frog outfit because he just looks so cute. And it was a gift, so I always put it on him when it's cold, and he just hates it. One day, I put it on him in the morning, and we left for work, and we came home, and the sweater is gone. We looked everywhere. We looked everywhere in the yard and front yard, stairs, everywhere. It was gone, nowhere to be found. What do we do with it? Years has gone by already, and my husband downstairs under the stairs in a little spooky dark area where nobody goes, he goes, we found the sweater. And he has taken out the sweater, he tucked it under the shelves of all the camping stuff that we never get to. and then so we washed it, and I said, Charlie, look what I found. And he just went. So he's just so smart.
Dog lovers or cat lovers, and not both? Why do you think that is? What is the difference between dog and cat people? Oh, wonderful.
All right, hey guys, I'm Brendan. First of all, I'm definitely a dog person, hands down. Just got to get that out of the way. So I just always grew up around dogs, and back at home when I went off to college, my mom ended up getting a miniature poodle to replace me. I was an only child. So she's allergic to cats, so we've always just been biased. But recently, just the past year being in San Francisco, I don't know what it is, but I find myself around dogs that like to give hugs. I don't know what it is. So I moved into a house, and it was with my roommate. He had a black lab, and he loved giving hugs. And so literally, before I would start work, because we were working in a startup from home, he would just come and give me a hug. I was like straight up, just jump on the chair and just like full on. And then today when I was working, I found a golden doodle, and brand new to the office, and just jumped up and gave me a hug, and I'm like at my laptop, and he's like trying to get my attention. And so it was just awesome. So I think with dogs, there's just this level of companionship and friendship, and I've been around cats, and they're super independent, and they're just like feed me, and then I'll lose them in the house, or they're like, where did they go? And then they'll just randomly turn up. Some of them, they like to purr and all that kind of stuff, but I think with dogs, they have this certain level of companionship, and they know, like hugs, for example, and I think, they're just basically super friendly. And so I've always been a pro dog. Like I said, I grew up with them. And every time, I also remember when I was 3 years old, there was this cat, or no, I was like more like 5, and we were standing out in the camper, and he was just looking at my friend and just like giving him a weird like kind of stare. And I don't know what at the time, it's like kind of vague memory, but I remember he was just like sitting on the couch in the camper, and then just jumps up and scratches him. And so he had this crazy red scratch around his face. And I just like, he wasn't doing anything, and so it was just kind of crazy. But that's what I think that could also be from childhood. But dogs have a certain level of companionship, and I'm biased, so.
All right, do I have time for one more?
No.
Yeah? Okay, great. All right, so I can't speak for cats here, but I know when I look into my dog Goldie's eyes, there's like this connection that happens. And I sit there, like, sometimes we're sitting there and we're like really just like staring at each other for a while. And I'm like, what is she thinking, So that's the question I posed to you. What do you think our pets are thinking when we look at them? Oh, Janice.
And can I just say, if you guys want to grab food, please do. We have drinks, we have food, we have plenty. So.
She wants the food out now. All right, I'm Janice, and I'd like to address what the cats or dogs are thinking of. Now, case in point is that I grew up with dogs, but right now I have a cat. Well, actually, I don't really have the cat. I think the cat has us. Because there's a joke that says, we take care of the dogs, but the cats expect us to be their servants. And that is so true. Because I always think that the cats have this mental thing. Now, I have this cat. Officially, she belongs to somebody 3 or 4 doors down. She comes to our place. So I always refer to the other address as her mailing address. She actually lives here. She actually eats here, sleeps here. And she's highly intelligent, because it has to be, because she knows when to come in. We don't have a cat door. What she does, she bangs against the iron gate, and then we're going, oh, she wants to come in. And sometimes when she doesn't want to do that, it's like this mental thing. The kitchen door is open. This happened yesterday. Kitchen door, window's open. And suddenly I walk by and I suddenly stare out, and there's the cat. And I'm like, and the cat's sort of looking at me and says, in, I want in now. She doesn't say anything, but that's what it is. So I personally think that maybe the dog would come by and just say, I want you in. But the cat just stares at you, and you are supposed to know. And so there it is. That's what I think. I think cats are aliens. I think that's the way to go.
Thank you, Janice. All right. Time for one more? No?
Go ahead.
Okay, all right, one last one. How would our relationship to our pets differ if they lived as long as humans? Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, awesome.
Oh, okay.
So I think that, like with everything in life, knowing that there's a time limit to what we have and what we experience affects the way that we enjoy it. And I think, at least for me and my dog, I love her so much, and it's kind of a little bit of a sad anecdote, but I had a time when she had a seizure, and she was in bed with me, she had a seizure, she was shaking, and it just kind of made me reevaluate. Every moment that I have with my pup is precious. Every moment that I have with everyone around me is precious. And I think that if I knew that my dog was going to live forever, I would take her for granted, and I wouldn't appreciate her crazy teeth that are all crooked, and her crazy eyes, and the way that she terrifies me whenever I look under my bed with the lights off and there's this gremlin staring back at me. So she's a very scary looking animal. So I think at the end of the day, knowing that our time with our furry friends is limited makes us love them even more.
Very nice. Such thoughtful answers, and for volunteering to come up. At this